subs right before an expansion for this one that it has ever had. So it is interesting. A lot of people are excited. They did officially announce a release date, which is later this month in November. If you log in right now, you get WoW 16th Anniversary Achievement. You get a letter in the mail from the WoW dev team that says, "Wow, yet another year has gone by for WoW. We wanted to thank you for continuing to play World of Warcraft with us. So here's an anniversary gift to go with your adventures. We hope that you will join us for a celebration in the Caverns of Time." Alright, let's pop that open. Still have some stuff left over from Halloween. Alright, so we got an invitation from the Time Walkers, which starts a quest here. The time has arrived to remember the past and celebrate our adventures across Azeroth and beyond. To commemorate the occasion, the Bronze Dragonflight is throwing a celebration, and you are invited. Come to the Caverns of Time and present this ticket to gain entry to the party. You also get a little fireworks thing here that you can just do that. Little fireworks there. And this is cool, the celebration package, which when you use it increases all experience and rep gain by 16% until the celebration ends. So just use that and you gain this buff right here. So we can set off for wherever it's telling us to go. Take the portal from the Sanctum of Sages in Stormwind straight to the Cavern of Time. Okay. And I actually haven't done this yet. I just saw that it started a quest after I opened it on another character and wanted to switch over to this guy so we could go through the whole process together. Also, yesterday, maybe it was 2 days ago, I don't remember, I got my my Dwarf Paladin to 50 as well. Leveling is a lot quicker now, but he was almost there anyway. He was in Legion content before the level squish. Alright, lots of, what are they? Revelers of Time. A lot of people partying. Sounds like they're gonna have stuff taking a look at things that have happened over the 16 years that WoW has been going. Whoa. Oh yeah, could we just be flying this whole way? Okay, yeah, we don't have to run. It just felt like we were indoors, so I didn't even try, but hey, what are they playing some volleyball over here? Except instead of they're just catching it. That's not how anything works. I like this mount. It's weird. When I got it, it didn't look like it was gonna be able to fly with those. Like it looked webbed, but it also has holes in it. But he flies decently well. What do we got here? Some balloons. Everybody's having a good time. What do they have at the Keepers of Time Quartermaster? Some old stuff. Are they gonna have a bunch of games in here or something? Kind of seems like a similar setup to the Darkmoon Fair, which I think is starting as well. But yeah, let's see what's going on. Here's Gromy. Welcome. It's that special time of year when the Bronze celebrates all that has happened over the years, and you are the guest of honor. Come celebrate at the grand feast, get down at the disco of time, or accept a quest to fend off some of Azeroth's greatest threats. That last one seemed interesting. Oh, we're actually not. Oh. It said that I couldn't mount up literally right here. Oh, look. It's future us and past us, trying to warn us. Interesting. Alright. Calling a Strathhome, Black Morass, Well of Eternity, Old Hill, Spread Foothills, Battle for Mount Highjaw, End Time. I don't think I've actually done these ones, End Time and Dragon Soul, Hour of Twilight. I heard that End Time was cool. Alright, yeah, what? Did she actually tell us to do anything? She just said do it, but I don't think she gave us a quest or anything. Ring the scarab gong. What's the point of that? It did ring a gong. It was, as advertised. A lot of people really wanted to ring this gong. Must be from, like, a raid or something. This big dude. Why is he all constellation-y? Okay. Here's a quest over here. A time to reflect. We got some dailies here. It is time to reflect on the events that have brought us to this moment, a celebration of our great history and the events that shape it. What do you want? Let us test your knowledge of history then. The emissary of the Horde felt that Silvermoon City was a little too bright and clean. Or this emissary. Oh, I don't know that. I have no idea. I was gonna pick that one. Nope. Does it let you answer again? Oh, it's a different one. What are undead murlocs called? I think it's Murghouls, right? Yeah, okay. I knew that one. A moment to reminisce on how far we've come. A day to look to the future and where we might go. A year of reflection on what it means to grow, and a lifetime of memories made by those brave enough to seize it. Alright, and moving on to the next quest. Long ago, great terrors walked our lands and drove even the smallest to fights or flights of heroism. I speak, of course, about Lord Kazak, Azhargos, and the Dragons of Nightmare. Legends have it that so sought after were their treasures, that armies would camp overnight to hunt them down. We have felt disturbances in the timeways, coincidentally located where these giants once roamed. Would you mind investigating for us? Strange things happen during this time of year. Sure. Defeat Lord Kazak and Blasted Lands. Blasted Lands, Azhargos in Azhara, and the Dragon of Nightmare at one of the portals to the Emerald Dream. Isn't there a portal there in, what, Duskwood? Alright, let's see what else is here before we head out. I think we got, what is that? Can we pet this little doggo? We can. Alright, mission complete. What do they have? Oh, so it gave us 200 of these Time Warp badges, which means that we could buy this, which sounds cool. The exquisite costume set of Edwin Van Cleef. It only has 50 charges though, which sucks. I wish it was just like a transmog set, that would be awesome. We can't buy the little corgi pup that we just took a pet of right there. It's not the normal way of saying that, but I'm fine with it. else is... Oh, what's Leroy Jenkins doing here? What do they make him look like? I'm gonna have to zoom in for this one. Get out of there, demon. That's cool. What does he have? Oh, yeah, some Leroy spicy fried chicken. My chicken's so good, it's worth dying for. That's pretty funny. I just have a bunch of references to past things in here. Alright. I guess that is everything. Wouldn't imagine that there's stuff down towards those dungeons. But let's see what's over here, maybe. Something has unlocked the way we came. That's actually not the way we came, that's Strathholm. Okay, so. Okay, so one's over there. And one's there, and one presumably would be there. I think. Alright. And off we go. What's the deal with all these? We can touch them now. Oh, is it gonna play a cinematic? Oh, that's cool. I won't watch them now, but... So what was it? Okay, at the beginning, the Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Pandaria. They just have like the opening cinematics, I guess. Not sure. Warlords of Draenor. Whoops. Didn't mean to click on that one. Legion. BFA. What's in the back row here? Memory of the Wrathgate. The Fall of the Lich King. Dragon Soul. Siege of Orgrimmar. Defeat of Orgrimmar. That's cool. Alright, so once fast we can go back and we can teleport to Silithus, I guess. Would be very slightly faster, I guess. With the rep gain going on and then this anniversary rep gain, I'm gonna try and actually knock out that last rep stuff. And get flying in BFA. I've just been lazy. Less motivated to actually grind out the rep for the Rust Bolt resistance and the fishy people and going something. Because, I don't know, I started playing after their gear wasn't really useful anymore. So, there wasn't really a reason to do the dailies, but I've started doing them again. Alright, we gotta hunt down somebody, not Lord Kazak. Who's gonna be here? Azura Ghost, right? I wonder... I don't think I've even been in this zone since they reworked it. Is this... Oh, Feralus. And playing as Alliance. Most of the time. Never really had much of a reason to go in here. Let's get up out of the jungle canopy here. Up in that high wilderness. that. Oh, I guess don't get hit by those circles. That's probably just general good advice in this game, right? Alright. This is an interesting fight. Come forth, ye dreamers, and claim your vengeance. Cool. What? My bed isn't out. How did that happen? Did he die? These circles are chasing me. Dang it. Couldn't get away from it. And it resets if you get hit again. But it's almost dead here again. Oh, and I died. Right at the end. Okay. What'd we get though? Getting some transmogs would be good. I think it's actually is an upgrade for him as well, yeah. Cool. I didn't really play this guy that much after leveling him up. Ooh, that is very green. Alright, I guess we're doing it. Doesn't have any Heart of Azeroth stuff on it though, unfortunately. So I don't know if I want that. We'll hold off for now. Alright, there actually is those two other world boss type things to kill for as part of the 16th anniversary as well, but don't actually have footage of those. It took a surprisingly long time waiting for people to show up. Maybe it would have been faster with a group finder, but I'm just gonna move on over to the other part of the 16th anniversary, which is they brought the old Ultrarock Valley back. Luckily it didn't come back with such long turtle games as they were called from back in the game. Not as much turtling, but I still experienced a bit during my time. But if you do enough of these, you get enough some kind of time warped badge thing unique to this. If you get enough, whatever it says there, I think it says time warp badge. Yeah, if you get enough, you get an upgraded HD version of the Stormpike Charger, whatever it's called, the pretty cool ram mount. So it looks pretty nice. I probably played I don't know, probably 4 games to get it. Maybe 4 or 5. Won a couple, lost a couple. I think probably just because the sheer number of people coming back for Shadowlands and the pre-patch, there isn't more lag than normal. I've experienced the first game I tried to do of Ultrarock Valley, there was seriously a 5-second delay on everything. It was pretty crazy. And some of the ice ground stuff with the pre-patch has been pretty laggy as loose ends with the Scourge coming out. Pretty sure that's when it was. But that was the most memorable pre-patch in my eyes. I like the lore and everything with the Scourge. I think it's pretty fun. Fighting, I played a Paladin, and back in the day Paladin had some extra abilities and things that would, like exorcism and stuff, that would only work on undead. So I felt extra powerful, ability-wise, and just cool lore-wise, because that's like a Paladin's arch enemy, fighting the Scourge and the undead in the name of the light. So I always like that. But it's cool reliving this in almost its complete former glory. I think they may have, obviously the scaling is different. I feel like these elites and just regular guards have way more health and do more damage than they did before. And also I think maybe the map is tweaked a little, and maybe all the quests aren't completely here. But look how much damage this one elite guy, I'm not putting a dent in him, and he's absolutely demolishing me. I just barely get out of here. Look at this. 1 health left. Heroic leap away. And now I gotta get out of here. But look what happens right here. I'm just checking out the map, waiting to be out of combat. And a rogue ambushes me with full health, and I have literally 1 health left. And somehow, I just completely demolish that rogue. I don't know how that happened, and I got lucky because that commander guy lost interest right before hitting me. But I just thought it was funny turning around on that rogue so much. But I was talking about earlier getting those time warp badges. Every day you get this little quest that's pretty much a freebie. It gives like 10% progress. Is you just walk from that gate and talk to your quartermaster, and there you go. But there are also a couple other quests for capturing a mine, or capturing a tower, or a graveyard. And you actually have to be the one to do those things, I think. Graveyard, I think you might be able to just be in the area. I can't remember 100%. It's been a little bit. I've been sitting on this footage for like a week and a half at this point. But, yeah, you could also get that, you get a free old school epic transmog there. So that's kind of cool. I think I actually did have that weapon back in the day. Like classic. So you can do all those quests 1 per day. I think you get some points for winning. Maybe a little bit for losing. You can also do this quest, I think repeatedly. For like 2 badges to go out and tame the ram and bring it back. But it's only worth 1%, so it's not really worth your time. It's better to just like spread these battlegrounds out over a few days. And let's get this guy off that flag there. I don't know who he thought he was fooling, with someone chasing him and hitting him actively. But yeah, it was better to spread these out, do them like 1 or 2 a day, so you can maximize getting that quest completion, that freebie 10%. Got a quest out here too to summon the big tree guy for the Alliance. Also worth a lot, a surprising amount of honor, like 1,000 there. So that's pretty cool. And I got a bunch of new, here, the first game we won here, we lost a few more. I think we lost like 3 out of the my server and battle group are pretty heavily skewed towards the Horde. My server is like 90% Horde now. It wasn't so bad back in the day. Like, it was like a little bit skewed towards the Horde way back in the day, but it's expansion to expansion only gotten more heavily skewed. But here we are attacking a mine. One of the things you have to capture here. I don't know if they have all the quests. I thought there was like quests and stuff for fighting the harpies and like other things in this battleground. There's like a lot more that there's no reason to do in this iteration here, but I thought that there was a reason, like quest to go into the harpies cave and stuff and do things. So I'm not sure 100% is here. And here I was actually misremembering. I thought there was like a flag that you had to capture here, but there's only like a named person up on the kind of raised platform beneath us that you have to kill, and that captures the mine. So while I'm in here fighting the 50 drogs that I trailed down here, down the drog trail for some maximum alliteration, I think somebody else snuck in here and killed them before I could. But I figure that out and go capture the southern mine in one of these games, a couple of them. So it all works out, but yeah, I haven't really done any PvP on this guy. Because this guy, I think I made him back in Burning Crusade and got him to like Hellfire Peninsula. So just the start of BC content. And that is pretty much where he sat. And by pretty much I mean exactly. He was still in Honor Hold in Hellfire Citadel, and then till like a couple months ago or something, then I just started messing around on him and found that I really enjoy Fury Warriors. So yeah, I leveled him up and I mained him in Battle for Azeroth. I'm sure you guys, if you've been watching the channel, watching these videos, know that most of my videos are playing this guy. So it was kinda up in the air. I wasn't sure if I wanted to level this guy first in Shadowlands, or if I wanted to level a Boomkin, just to add some more diversity to my group of friends, add some more ranged. We already have like a warrior tank and a red paladin in the group and a mage, a monk. But and because in the first class tweaks they reduce the damage a lot, and the healing they just nerfed into the ground for Fury Warriors. Since then they did give like a flat 10% boost to damage, which kind of brought them back up. So I'm considering him again just because the Fury Warrior rotation to me is just everything I want from it. It's just super fun. You know, it's so fast paced. There's so many, like, just look at the bar while I'm doing DPS. There's always procs coming up. There's always buttons to press. It's an interesting rotation. Compared to that, I think the balanced druid one is probably the simplest rotation. out of any of the classes I've played, surprisingly. There's just so much less going on. It's pretty fun. There's some mobility to it, but there's like, I don't know, there's like 6 moves in play. Whereas this, I have like, I'm pressing things all over that action bar, pressing things all over that, plus the other action bar on top of it, pretty regularly. But here we are taking out this first commander here. I was in a few games where they just tried to bypass this guy, but back in the day I remember we used to do everything. In Classic, you would just go graveyard, this fort, tower, cemetery in there, and then just push all the way up to there, keep just everything in order. But at the same time, I think objectively a lot of people probably back in Classic were, especially me, definitely not as good or as knowledgeable, or there definitely weren't as much resources back in the day. You know, you had like Wowhead back then, and I think there was another one too, another similar website, but to try and help you make sense of the cryptic quests of like, where do I actually have to go, because they wouldn't have quest markers or show you on the map or have a little icon directing you there. It was kind of cryptic back in the day, you know, more like playing an actual RPG. But Classic now is a lot easier and faster because you do have those add-ons. I don't know if there weren't add-ons, or there was less add-ons, or I was just naive and didn't use add-ons back in the day, but in Classic, I didn't use any. I think that's how it just was. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, yeah, I was just playing with just the base game, vanilla experience. And, you know, there is something nice about Classic. It did feel like more of a living world. Everything, it was a bit more of an achievement just because it was a lot more of a time sink and a lot more difficult to do things. But it was interesting how they made you form groups and actually work together and communicate, and the professions all tied together. So it did feel like more of a living world, but it's way more of an inconvenience and a time sink. You know, now you just like hop in a group, just a group finder group for a dungeon, be teleported there, do it in one shot, have it take like 15 to 20 minutes maybe, I don't know, and be done with it. But back in the day, I don't know, if you're unlucky, you spend like 30 minutes plus looking for a group in a city with just in trade chat, or looking for group general chat. Then you actually have to run to the dungeon, so especially if like it's a far one. So maybe you want to do Scarlet Monastery, so you don't even have a mount yet, and you have to fly up to South Shore, run all the way up to the dungeon. Do you get there and have to... Could you even summon people early on in Classic? You couldn't do it in... I couldn't really remember. It's been a long time. But you couldn't in, Classic WoW that just came out. But, yeah. And then wipe a bunch of times, probably. Back then, just took a long time to do things. I like this part. We push them back across the bridge, recapture our graveyard over here, coming on the way. best feeling in a big battleground like this is when you kind of break their offensive and get them on the run and you're just chasing them down. It's so fun. There we go. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm trying to ramble up a storm here so that to cover the fact that I just took a bunch of random stuff from a few different battlegrounds and edited them down kind of well. Not really. I just wanted to get like some kind of decent cross section of what this battleground has to offer. Not necessarily looking for like highlights that make me look especially good or anything. Just ones that I can talk over or talk about. So you can see some of the towers being assaulted, graveyard, some little defense. Just stuff that I can ramble over and about in hopefully a pretty interesting way. But I considered making it 2 videos with the first part of the Caverns of Time stuff and this, but I was like, I'll just knock it out all at once. Just make one 16th anniversary video. I also just like looting all the enemies, and then I don't think they had it in Classic. Pretty sure they didn't, but looting the enemies and taking their insignia, getting stuff off them, that's pretty fun to do as well. I like that feature. And I like that when you take towers and things, you can see that other one burning over there off to the left. If I look up slightly, which, oh no, there we go. Thank you, past me. You can see that tower that we took burning. I always like that feature. Unless you get stuck in it, then it actually does damage to you. That's not too much fun. But I remember a lot of games where usually the Alliance, it's probably just my experience from my server, but I remember a lot of games where we would turtle and just be on the defensive for a couple hours, a few hours, I don't know. I remember a couple games where it would be like the afternoon, I'd be playing for a bit, I'd have to get off and do something, eat lunch, do something else, get back on later, rejoin the same battleground, still fighting from earlier in the day. That's probably that's pretty crazy. I can't imagine that Blizzard envisioned that when they made it. I don't think they wanted the battlegrounds to last half a day. But it was cool. Like, I like Classic and just previous early expansions. Like, I loved Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King. They were, they came kind of at the right time for me, when I had a lot of time to play them. Now I have a less time, so I do appreciate that all the conveniences that current retail brings. It's nice for me. But also Classic is easier if you have all the modern add-ons. things you can look up for best builds and stuff, and guides, and talent calculators, what have you. It's pretty nice. So now we're pushing into the actual Horde base starting area, taking out the few defenders they have, player defenders, and wiping out their little computer NPC people. Remember back in the day too, turtling worked better because I guess you can do it in this, but the games aren't lasting as long, so you don't really see it, but you could keep turning in armor scraps and other things, and it would just like make all your NPCs elite and super buff them, so they were really tough to kill. And you could summon the giant tree guy for the Alliance or the frost elemental for the Horde. That was fun to see. But I do like the blend of PvP and PvE in this battleground. I think back in the day it definitely was a little bit more had more of a tie-in with the PvE, where you'd have people going off and exploring those caves and doing things, killing the NPCs on the map like the harpies and trogs and other things. But it's still a good time. There is like a more modern take on this, but I haven't even really played that. I haven't done much PvP before, like the end of BFA, in a real long time, like Cataclysm, honestly, since I didn't play between Cataclysm and Battle for Azeroth. But it's fun. I'm happy to come back and play it again in more moderation this time, I would say. Back in the day I played this a ton. Definitely was more of a time sink. But, it's a good game. It's fun. It's fun to have all the old items and transmogs and just a lot of memories from playing it over the years. It's cool. There's not a lot of other MMORPGs that you can, that are still going over the years. What else is a long-running MMO I can think of? I think that Lord of the Rings one is still going. I think the Star Trek one is still going. But a lot of other ones that tried to rival WoW have faded out of existence. The Elder Scrolls Online is still going, but that's obviously way newer than WoW, so can't completely compare those. But yeah, it's just cool to see. To have characters going back all the way to, like 2004. That's crazy. But yeah, we captured their graveyard. I think we got, I guess their towers are still being captured, so, but we're trying to race at this point. In this particular game, I have kind of jumbled a few games in here so far. And it's always the games that you do best in that you don't record, but stopped recording, and then we ended up doing a couple more games, and those are like my best games. They had some really cool, just some moments where I was doing really good, just taking out a lot of people, but I haven't really been commenting on the play-by-play here anyway, so I suppose it doesn't matter too much. But remember, it did used to be fun to, you're on defense, you've been beaten back, and a handful of people would be in the room with their leader, or if you're on the defense with your leader, and then they come in and try and fight them, and you do like some stuns or some AoEs and cause them to wipe. That was pretty funny. Here's a random clip of their Frost Elemental that got summoned. What's his name? Localar, the Ice Lord, is what that says. Yeah. It's hard to tell because his shoulders are so big. But in this rare moment, he's kind of pushing up without too much horde support. So we do get a chance here to do some DPS on him. I think he froze me solid for like a while and then froze me in place. Does make sense for someone named the Ice Lord. But I feel like in these big battlegrounds as melee, you kind of gotta be a little bit more careful and pick your targets. Because if you just charge into the enemy when there's, like a 40v40 battle, and you charge into the main line, you're just gonna explode super quick. So you gotta wait for someone to overextend, or someone who's trying to flank, and just pick them off. But now it seems pretty safe to go in. We've pushed back the horde a little bit. We're gonna fight this Ice Lord and see what he's made of. Although I presume he's made of ice. But yeah, we're doing some good damage on him here. And we are able to kill him. Look, he shrinks down a little bit and explodes. I was kind of wishing that there would be a achievement or something tied to it, but unfortunately there is not. I got a lot of PvP achievements from doing these battlegrounds, because the person that I mained back in the day was my paladin, and like I said, I only got this dude to max level in BFA. But he's super fun. When I can actually pin someone down and do some damage to him. A lot of people are exploding, which is cool. To actually get in there and do some big numbers there. But you see, that's what happens when you just charge into everybody. You just explode in like 2 seconds like that guy did. And warriors don't have a whole lot of ways to escape. If they get CC'd super hard. And also, they don't have a straight up stun like a lot of other classes do. frozen in place or stunned for 6 to 8 seconds. That's pretty inconvenient. Fury used to have some really good healing, but hopefully they get some of that back. Because right now it's pretty bad unless you trigger your like 1 minute cooldown ability. You can heal like a fifth of your health at once. It's pretty low. So that was my favorite thing. As Fury, you could just solo a lot of world content, world bosses and things pretty easily. But yeah, the rotation's still fun. I may have to try arms again. Just with the changes and stuff, give it another fair try, but it just seemed so much slower to me when I tried it a while back that I couldn't really get into it. Like maybe the damage was a little bit higher, but wasn't as fun or rewarding. But in my opinion, I'm sure there's a lot of people who swear by it. I just like the rotations that are faster, keep you on your toes, pressing those buttons. Alright, here we are, back again for the final push to try and take him out. Had a wolf on me there, but he's back again here. But yeah, we're racing to kill him, and the horde simultaneously is racing to kill our guy. And he has a lot of health. He's not going down very fast, and unfortunately we lose there. But this is before the flat 10% damage boost, and I do pretty well for myself, I think. But so I might play warrior still. But yeah, that's all I had for this video. Happy WoW 16th